Okay, so yeah, the Axios is a promise-based HTTP client, right? So it can be used in Node.js applications to perform the HTTP requests. Okay, so first we will see about the library stuff. So you remember promises?
Yes.
Yeah, so we use it to do promise dot generate resolve rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So get started. So this is the installing part. We saw that one. Next, minimal example. Okay. So in order to use, we have to import the Axios, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see here, every Axios method will return as a request. Sorry, it return as a promise, right? So if you see, it contains the methods like get, post, okay, delete, right? If you see, we can do like this also. It has a methods like URL configure. It sends a get request by default, and also some other methods you can see. Axios dot request config. Okay, so forget about that. Now see Axios dot get URL config, Axios dot delete URL, Axios dot head, options, post, put, patch, right? So these are the methods that we have in Axios. Okay, based on our request method, we use it to we suppose it to use the that particular method. Okay, suppose you have a request in order to fetch the get users information, right? So that we can get by using the get method by passing the URL, and also if we have any headers we can pass it. Okay, so if you see like this, right? So yeah, it returns as a promise. Okay, we know about the promises, right? By using the then method we can resolve the or reject the promise, right? So the first function is the resolve, the second one is reject. If it throws any errors, we can catch them by using the catch function, right? Clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So here I am trying to use one request response API, right? So okay, request response dot in. Okay, so this is my API. Okay, request response dot in slash API slash users. Okay, by using this we can get the information, right? So okay, the basic step for you, right, in order to work in real time, right? So whenever you get the services, right, services are API information. Okay, the first step is make sure the API should work in Postman or right. We have another called SoapUI. Okay, we covered Postman in Ajax, right? At the time of Ajax.
Yes.
Okay, Postman is a tool. By using that, we can check whether the API is running it or not.
Okay.
If you see, I'm getting the information like this. Okay, this is a JSON, right? So we can see the JSON. Okay, any online JSON viewer we can open. Right? You can copy paste this viewer. Okay, it returns us data, right, in the form of a JSON. Okay, we covered JSON earlier. Okay, it has a data. Under that you have ID, email, first name, last name, avatar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the avatar. If you are trying to copy this avatar, right? So what it will happen? It will give you the corresponding image for the user.
Okay.
So this is the image we are getting. So yeah, whenever we will try to get the user's information, that information is stored in data array, right? And each array contains properties, right? Each array contains an object, correct? Each array element is an object. Each object contains key and values. The key values are email, first name, last name, and avatar. Okay, so I'm trying to open the existing one. So first I will open this thing. Okay, what is our first step? We have to install the ActJS, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that I already installed. Okay, next. Next I have users.js. Right?
Yes.
So what is the best place to make the network calls? We already discussed it. The component did mount method is the correct place to make any network request, right? So
Yeah.
if you see, yeah, so by using the, if you see this one, this method is a get, right? Directly if we are trying to access in the browser, means it is a get based request. Okay, so geos.get. Okay, what is the URL? URL is this one, correct? Next, what it returns? This returns as a promise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then here we are writing resolve function, right?
Yeah.
Okay, once it resolved, right, it returns as a response, correct?
Okay.
Let me print this. Okay. Okay. next what we have done, I have taken one state variable. Correct?
Okay.
Anything new here? No, right?
Mm.
Okay, once I got the response, what I am doing, I am setting the user's information into this response. Okay, into this user state.
Okay.
You understand? So first time what will happen, the component will render the UI, right?
Mm-hmm.
After rendering that, it will call the component did mount method, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so next, once we got the users, right, what I am trying to do, I am trying to create one div, correct? Okay, in each div, the div contains user information, right?
Yeah.
What is that user information we have? ID, image, first name, last name, and email, right?
Yes.
So if you see the UI, you will be able to see.
Okay.
Got it? Clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so if you see, once we got the response, we are setting that response to state. Okay, once it updates the state, how you are able to manage your data in the UI, that depends on the requirement, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. So, in this way, we can show the information in the UI.
Okay.
Okay, so, for this, you can go through the code. Okay. Just I created a div and style I mentioned, text align center, and the box shadow I have given, right? Margin right, margin left. So padding top for the paragraph. Image I have given, right? Border radius 50%, which means it will come like this. SRC. Okay, so where is our image? Our image is in the API, right? In that URL.
Yes.
So it will show all this information in the URL.
Okay.
Understood that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. So we will go to the next example. Okay, the next example is also based on the Axios, but it have a different approach and it contains the demo of all lifecycle methods with the API. Okay, so I can say infinite scrolling. Okay, so whenever you will scroll right, what it will do? It will try to show images to you. Okay, so assume we have a page like this. Okay, so no. Okay, so this is the page. Okay, it will show the images here. So it has every web page has a scroll, right? So what will happen, right, when we are trying to scroll this? So right, if we are trying to scroll down, right, what I am trying to do, I will try to get the images, more images, and I will display to the in the UI. Understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we have a API. Assume we have already an API to fetch the images. Now tell me what are the steps we have to do it in order to get the information or images in the UI. So whenever I am trying to launch my page, right, I want to show the some images up to how much the user sees the current page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So by default we have to show the images. Okay. So on click of this scroll, we have to render more images and display it. Now first we have to show the default images on load of the page, right? Okay, how we have to do it? Component did mount, right? Correct.
Yeah.
In this component did mount, we will load some first set of images. Correct.
Okay.
First images set. Okay, once we got these images, okay, what we have to do? On scroll of this, right? Assume
Yeah.
user clicks like this, we have to get the more images, right? How we have to get more images? What is the best place to execute the
Okay.
request?
Get derived.
Sorry?
Oh, component. Is it get derived or is
Is it the, can you repeat?
it get derived or
I didn't understand. Sorry.
get derived? I'm saying it's get derived props. Is it that one or?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you are saying, yeah, get derived state from props, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this method just get derived state from props. Okay, this method just what it will do. We can update the state of the method, right? You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this one will call only on mount of your, right?
Okay.
It won't call after your mount happened, right? So
Okay.
component will update method only we have to use. So okay, we have to use this method whenever the user tries to scroll, right?
Okay.
Tries to scroll. Okay, then we have to fetch some other set of images that we have to show on the page. Okay, so in order to know, first we have to understand some scrolling related stuff. I mean to say basic JavaScript one, right?
Okay.
Okay. So if you see window sizes and scrolling. Okay, by default, whenever the window got displayed, it has a client height and client width.
Okay.
Correct? The client height, you can see it is a 657.
Okay.
Okay, so we can get this information by using the document element, right? Are you seeing here?
Yes.
Document element client height. By using this, we will get the information. Okay. Next, we have another property called whether it has or not. Scroll height, right? Okay, so whatever we have scrolled, right, this will be the scroll height. Next, we have another property called scroll height. Scroll height is the total height, including the content scrolled out of view. Okay, I can say the scrolled height, right? So assume this is the scrolled height. Correct? So up to now, 657 is the height, window height. If I scroll down, the scroll height will change. Are you following?
Yeah.
It will come from start to up to here.
Okay.
Right? So whenever user tries to scroll more, what will happen? This is your client height. Right? Whatever we are seeing, this is our whole client height, right?
Yeah.
Once our client height, okay, this is the client height, correct?
Okay.
Once our client height and scroll height are equal, right?
Okay.
Okay, which means the scroll is into the current page, correct?
Yes.
Okay, once the scroll height crosses the client height, which means user is trying to move to scroll, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that place we have to write a logic to perform more images. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah. So let me open. Okay, for this also we used ArcGIS to get the information. Okay, first I will show you the API. Right, so this is the actual API. Okay, pick some dot photos dot photo list. Correct. This will give us the photo information. So under this we will have some properties or request parameters. Okay, those are page and limit. Okay, so for my first page I will mention the limit as some 10 or 20 like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have created one service file. Earlier we created in the class itself, correct? Now I created a separate file. You observe separate folder API image service.js. Right. So I created a function called fetch images. Right. So yeah, for this I am passing page number and page size limit and resolve function. Correct. So yeah, once for the first time, what user will do? User will fetch images with the page number 1 and by using page limit as a 10. Okay, on scroll right, user will fetch images for page number 2 and another 10. Correct. In this way, we can fetch the more images right from the backend. Understood, right? So once we got this response right, so if you see, this is our response. In this we have a URL, right? I will copy this. What will I do? Slash page is equal to 1 and page size limit, right? Okay, we got page not found, right? Okay, we have to use the query params. I am audible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am clearing this. Paste here. If you see, right, for the first page, I am getting the records, right? This is of array, right?
Yeah.
And this is of object. Right under this we have ID or the width, height and download URL, correct?
Okay.
So in this I have an image, right? Download URL. Okay, if you copy this, okay, you will have a good URL, good image, right? So now, okay, if we have call second set of images, we will get some more images. This you understood, right? This function.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, once we got the response, what we are doing, we are resolving that by passing the resolve function. So here everything is old for us, only Axios.get call.
Yes.
So here we have to pass the URL and query params. Correct? Yeah. So next one. Next I am going to app.js. Here I am calling images. So if you see, first step, I have created a state component. Sorry, I created a state for my component. Correct? What this state contains: images and page number and page size limit.
Yeah.
Here, this images data will be updated whenever we get the response from the server. Correct? So, first time, what we have to do, we have to fetch the images, right? Are you following?
Yeah.
On component did mount, I am fetching the images with the page number 1 and my page limit has 10.
Okay.
Correct? So once I got the response, what I am doing, for my resolve function, just I passed one function called set images. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Console.log images response. Okay, we will get the images as a response. Okay, first let me open this one. Okay, if you see, the response will be like this. Correct?
Okay.
Okay, it has a status 200. Under this, you will have a data. Correct? Okay, so in this data, we have objects, right? So this dot set state of images, what we are storing the response dot data. You remember spread operator?
Yeah.
Array spreading, this one, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the use of this one?
It will get the previous, old images and.
Exactly. So we have to maintain the old images also, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't be able to show in the UI, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next in render, I have taken a display flex, right? Flex wrap and flex dot center, some minimum height, and okay, some image style I have taken. Okay, if you see here, just I have created a div with the image styling object. Okay, display flex. Okay, flex wrap. Okay, place content. You know display flex property?
Yeah, I think so. I don't exactly remember now.
Okay. Yeah. So just go through that display flex. You will be able to understand. Okay. Okay. Next step, right? So you know this one. Do I need to explain? Once we got the images, what I am doing? I am displaying the each image, right? SRC, alt, and style. Okay, so by default we are getting the image as a how much, like this, right? 56616 3744, right?
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do, I am displaying the constantly the same images, width and height.
Okay.
Okay, if you observe this part, right? If you see, okay, the image has a width and height, right?
Yes.
And also the download URL, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, if we hit this, right, we'll get one image. But okay, we are getting a big image,
Okay.
but we want small images, right? So
Okay.
for that, I replaced the width and height as a constant for all images, 367 and 267.
Okay.
Clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So this dot replace, you can use it in any.
next, any string.
Okay.
This is just download URL. String dot replace with PR replace width and height.
Okay.
So you can see the download URL will have a width and height, right? 37445616. Okay, I'm passing the first parameter as a image info width height. It will replace 1567 with 367, like that.
Okay.
So it fetches the image. You can see the right click, elements. You can see, right? 367 slash 267.
Okay.
Yeah. So up to now, clear, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the component did mount, what it will do? It will just trigger only once, right? When the component mounted to the browser, right? I mean to say the component is created, right? So, but we want to get the images each time whenever user trying to scroll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this, right? Are you following?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what we have done. So the component did mount we used, right?
Okay.
That we covered. Now the component did update, right? So the component did update. Is the component is going to update, right? So on click of this one, right? What we are trying to do? We are trying to identify whether it is scrolled or not, right? So for that we have attached a scroll function, right? You can see
Okay.
I have attached one event listener called this dot on scroll function.
Okay.
That in this scroll function what we will get? We will get an event, right? Okay, this event anyway is not useful. Okay, so if you see the document element, correct? I shown you earlier, right? Document element client height. This is the method to get the how much is the scroll height, right? Or the how much height is the screen height, right?
Okay.
So this you remember this one?
Yes.
Destructuring.
Yes.
Yeah. So this document element returns some object for us. From that object, we will try to fetch these properties information, and these will be stored automatically in these variables, right? Now, if you see, just I'm going to refresh it. Now, Control Shift A, console. What is my client height? Okay, now are you seeing?
Yes.
First time the client height is 12, right? How much we are seeing on the screen is the client height. 1188 and 334. What is this? Scroll height is the 1188. Okay, which means total screen height is the scroll height. Correct? And client height is the how much we are seeing currently. Okay, once we got this is equal to 0, right? Okay, which means user will have the reach it to the end of the page. If you see here, somewhere 0 you will be able to see. Okay, so what I will do, right? Scroll top client height, I will do it. Okay, now total scroll height is the 1188. Correct? Now scroll top is 626. I mean to say scroll top is 292 and client height is 334 and scroll height is the middle one, 1188. It is constant, right? So if we are trying to do it right now, if you see at somewhere the scroll height is equal to the client height plus scroll top, correct?
Okay.
So if that time what will happen, this value becomes 0, right?
Yes.
If you see here, 1188 becomes 0, correct? So
okay.
Now when it is 0, if not 0 means true, right? Correct? So what I'm trying to do, this dot set state of page number with the current page number plus 1.
Okay.
Now what happened? We changed the state. What will happen? Then component will tries to re-render, right?
Okay.
Because we changed the state, right?
Yeah.
Then what will happen? Yeah. Is component did mount is going to call or component did update is going to call? Which method is going to be called?
Update, I think did update.
Exactly. So the component did update is going to be called. So what it will check? It will get the previous props and previous state, right?
Yes.
So what I'm checking, if the previous state page number is not equal to the current page number, current state page number.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I will call my fetch images.
Okay.
Correct? By passing the page number to 2 and my page size limit 10 and this dot set images.
Okay.
Clear it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's why you can see on scroll of this, you will get the images, right?
Okay.
Okay, once it reaches the scroll height plus client top is equal to the client height plus scroll top is equal to the scroll height, and it will switch the images back and forth. Based on that, we update the state value. Once we update the page number, then automatically it tries to call the component did update. Once we call the component did update, we are checking whether actually the page number got modified or not. If modified, we will try to fetch the images.
Okay.
Clear it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, remember I told one thing, for the component will unmount. Right, for the in case of the component will unmount, this is the place where we have to do the cleanup activity related to the component, right?
Okay.
We attached a on scroll event, right? Scroll event for this. Okay, once we detach it down, what we have to do? We have to remove that event from this window, right? So that I've done here. Window dot remove event listener. Scroll this dot on scroll removed, so that it won't affect for other components. Yeah, any doubts?
No.
Yeah. So yeah, I will share this. You can try to practice these two. Okay, we will see tomorrow about the use effect, how we have to maintain the life cycle methods in functional components.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so and you can try one example like we have the request response dot inlet. So in this we have a users one, right? Okay, so what you have to do, you will have a one input element user ID. Okay, once I enter the user ID, on click of get user info, right? Suppose I enter 2. Okay, on click of this get info, call this API and get the user information and show it in the UI. Okay, can you try this example?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, then we'll meet tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, looks like the yesterday video is not again opening.
Not again opening. Okay.